This lesson is on volume. Volume is the number of 1 by 1 by 1 unit cubes that can fit into a three-dimensional object. So let's take a look at this rectangular prism here. It is 4 cubes long, 3 cubes wide, and 5 cubes high. So the volume of this will be 60 cubic centimeters, or centimeters cubed, because I can fit 60 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter little cubey guys into this box. These are the formulas, and we're going to do one of each. So let's take a look at this first one. This prism is 2 feet by 3 feet by 6 feet. So when we're doing the volume, all we need to do is multiply 2 times 3 times 6, which will be 36 feet cubed, or cubic feet, which means I can fit 36 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot cubes into this box. Okay, so now let's do the volume of a cube and find out how much it would cost to fill this cube with sand if the sand cost 50 cents per cubic inch. So for the cube itself, it's like a rectangular prism, so we're going to multiply length times width times height. So the first thing we're going to get is the volume of this, which will be 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125. But here's the deal. Let's make sure that we put the appropriate units on here. This is 5 inches by 5 inches by 5 inches. So it's going to be inches cubed, because inches times inches times inches is inches cubed. But then they are asking me what the cost would be, and all I would have to do is take 125 and multiply it by 50 cents. So the total cost will be $62.50 to fill this particular cube with sand. It's probably not going to cost that much, because if sand costs that much per cubic inch, we're in big trouble. Okay, so now let's find the volume of the cylinder. To get the volume of the cylinder, we need to know the formula. So the volume of the cylinder formula is volume is pi r squared h. There it is. And it's really not that hard to remember, although you won't have to commit it to memory. Here's the deal. Pi r squared is actually the area of the circular base of the cylinder, right there. And then I just have to multiply it by the height. Cool? So let's do two things with this, you guys. Let's get the exact volume first, and then I'm going to talk about the approximate volume. Wanna? Yeah, let's. This will be so much fun. So here we go. To get this exact, that means I'm going to leave pi in the answer. I'm not going to approximate it as 3.14 or anything. So first we need pi. We need the radius of the circle, which is 2 centimeters. And we're going to have to square that. And then we're going to multiply by the height, which is 4 centimeters. So when I do that, I'm going to multiply 2 centimeters times 2 centimeters, because I have to square it. So the volume is going to equal pi 4 centimeters squared, because I got the centimeters, times 4 centimeters. So all together, after I multiply, the volume is going to be 16 pi centimeters cubed. Da-da! That's the volume, and that's the exact. Now, if we want to do the approximate, I'm just going to put 3.14 in for pi. And you need, in MyMathLab, to make sure that you put in the correct approximation. Otherwise, what's going to happen is that although you will get an answer that's close, MyMathLab will mark it wrong. So all I'm going to do is get the volume is I'm going to multiply 16 times 3.14, and that's going to be my approximate volume of 50.24 centimeters cubed. And to make it approximate, you guys, I'm going to erase these equal signs and do little squiggly lines. And that's actually equal, but it's squiggly, it's approximate, we're going for it. Okay, we only have 2 more three-dimensional objects that we're going to do. We're going to get the volume of a cone, and the volume of a cone is actually 1/3 of the volume of a cylinder with the same radius and same height. So super cool. So here is the formula. It's 1/3 pi r squared h. So again, here I would really like to do the exact and approximate, just for fun. Okay? The exact leaves pi in, and the approximate approximates pi either by 22/7, depending on what the question's asking for, or 3.14. Those are 2 very good approximations for pi. Okay, so here our radius is 5 inches, and so we're just going to pop her in. Got to square it, and the height is 9 inches. Yay! So here we go. So volume is 1/3 pi. 5 squared is 25 inches squared times 9 inches. All right, you guys, since there's a 3 on the bottom and a 9 on the top, I'm going to cancel those and change the 9 to a 3. So my volume, I'm going to stick the pi at the end because I'm going to get an exact value, will be a 75 pi inches cubed. So that's my exact. And now I'm going to do the approximate. So the volume is approximately equal to 75 times, let's just use 3.14 inches cubed. So when we do that calculation, which I can't do in my head, although there's people that can do that, it is 235.5 inches cubed. That's my approximate volume. Last but not least, let's find the volume of a sphere. The formula for volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay, so r is the radius, and let's just get the exact for this. So we're going to go volume is equal to 4/3 pi. Now the radius is 4 centimeters, and we need to cube that. So we'll get 4/3 pi. 4 centimeters, quantity cubed is 64 centimeters cubed. I'm just going to multiply the 64 times 4, and we get 256. So it's 256 over 3. I'm just going to write it like that. Pi centimeters cubed. And this is the exact volume. Ta-da! Okay, this concludes the little mini lecture on volumes. And you can now do the MyMathLab assignment associated with this. Hang in there and enjoy it.